share and watch. Tom Ross against what is that?
Taliaferro.
Ryland. Let's get that last name again.
Ryland T.
Ryland T. Ryland Taliaferro. That's a tough one. You know, that's a substitute teacher's nightmare right there.
Taliaferro?
Just the whole thing.
What's the O doing on the end of this name?
Not sure. Just the whole thing's a disaster.
Just ignore it?
Yeah. Ryland T. Ryland Taliaferro is who we're going to watch here with blue-white control. Tom off to a good start here with a Noble Hierarch. An island there for Taliaferro as we go over to the boss.
And I think this should be a pretty good matchup for Tom. Obviously, he's not going to be pressured at all by the blue-white deck. It's not going to attack his hand, so his cards are always safe that way. And he's got a lot of things that stop spot removal. We're looking at 4 Vines of the Vastwood, 4 Blossoming Defense. That's huge. He also has 2 Spell Pierce in his main deck here. So, you know, when he decides to go for it, he's going to have a lot of ways to force it through.
Tom with a Inkmoth Nexus into a Blighted Agent. Taliaferro has got to be worried a little bit as he's going to play a Spreading Seas.
He's putting it on the board. He says, I'm going to go for one of your lands.
Yeah, not sure which one.
Still deciding.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to resolve on Breeding Pool. So maybe trying to cut the colors of mana here as we go over to Tom. Does Tom have a win this turn is the question. Maybe.
5, 9,
10.
10.
Cool, turn 3's good. Welcome back, Tom. Give that Spreading Seas back to Ryland, and we're all set. So, no muss, no fuss.
Just dust off the old Affinity cards.
Back in the old cat seat is Tom Ross as he wins game 1 here over Ryland Taliaferro. Infect very quickly up a game here over blue-white control. 2 Mutagenic Growths, a main phase Might of Old Croja, and Exalted from Noble Hierarch. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Not bad.
To Ryland's credit, he did get to cast a spell.
Yeah, he just Spreading Seas his opponent, kept him off another green mana. Yeah. that stopped him from taking like 14 poison that turn instead of 10.
We're going to take a look at the sideboards here in just a moment. It's fun because, you know, our very skilled directors, who you guys don't get to see, who make us look good, normally during game 1, they are typing up the sideboard.
Frantically typing over there.
So we can present it to you, but they normally are given more than 2.5 minutes to do so. So come on, Tom. Come on. Let's give our guys a little bit more time. Let's take a look here at these sideboards. Now, I want to make sure, do I have the right one here for Tom? Are we backwards? We're backwards.
Unbelievable.
We're backwards because we went too fast. It's okay, it happens. Ryland, he's got 2 Stony Silence, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Negate, 2 Dispel, a Geist of St. Trap to Blessed Alliance, a Vendilion Click, a Supreme Verdict, a Timely Reinforcements, an Elspeth Sun's Champion, and a Grafdigger's Cage. Talk to me.
So I definitely like the Dispel. It's cheap. Negate seems good, but it's probably too expensive in this matchup for a lot of situations. Blessed Alliance is fine. The Vendilion Click is fine. I like that card as well. Supreme Verdict as an uncountable Wrath is pretty good. The Timely Reinforcements can be okay, getting some blockers on the board. But, you know, all these cards are good but not great. I think Infect is actually just really good lining up against this blue-white control deck.
I think it's going to be tough here for Ryland for sure. For Tom, he's got 3 Ceremonious Rejection, 2 Nissa Voices, Zendikar, a Cage of his own, a Relic of Progenitus, a Wild Defiance, a Dispel, a Twisted Image, a Nature's Claim, a Viridian Corruptor, Dismember, another copy of Spell Pierce, and one of Tom's favorite Infect pet cards, where he's always trying to proliferate the last point of Infect. Tezzeret's Gambit.
Oh, mama.
What do we like here?
This is kind of a weird amalgamation of various. It's like Tom dropped his collection and he just picked things up real quick.
But they all have a purpose. That's the best part.
They do.
Over the course of the day, like, you know, the Nissa's going to be good against somebody. You know, the Ceremonious Rejections are obviously going to be good against Eldrazi. If he gets to Tezzeret Gambit someone, there will be a Twitter post for sure. So, yeah, there's value in all of these.
Sure, I expect just some very minor tweaks out of his deck. The Dispel will probably come in, the Spell Pierce might come in, and then not a whole lot of changes beyond that.
All right, there's the options there for both players. Ryland Taliaferro will be on the play here in just a moment. But let's talk about the SCG newsletter, shall we? That is your source for Magic the Gathering news. And we'll give you the opportunity to see highlights from some of our very best articles, upcoming SCG Tour dates and locations, along with SCG IQs and game nights near you, so you can take part in those awesome programs. We've also got our exclusive cardboard crack comic. Best of all, totally free to sign up for. Go to StarCityGames.com/newsletter for more information. Get signed up. You're on the internet all day anyway. Might as well get some of the best Magic the Gathering news around and read some of our very best articles, up to and including some from Ross Merriam, who I'm sure we'll see a little bit later today. For now, we turn our attention back to this match between the boss, Tom Ross, and Ryland Taliaferro. And we learn a little bit more about the boss, number 19 on our SCG Tour leaderboard and your 2016 SCG Tour Player of the Year, who recently started training to become a volunteer firefighter. Along with Michael Majors, I don't know if they still got this deal running, but 8% of all tournament winnings toward buying an NBA Jam arcade machine so they can lose to Todd Anderson and his phantom computer opponent that computer teammate he keeps talking about. And then, as I mentioned, it's
you seem upset about this.
Not upset at all.
Okay,
bitter is the word that you want. Bitter is the word that you'll get, because it's made up in a lie, mostly. I have to talk to Nick about that, getting that slide fixed.
Well, it seems like what you need to do
is what?
Is help contribute a little money to the buying the arcade machine effort.
Oh, okay.
And then you can get your revenge.
Okay.
You know, avenge that just embarrassing loss that you have on your record.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. That's top priority. Avenge a made-up loss, for sure. For sure.
You are just full-on denial mode here.
Look, I've lost to Todd before, but come on. Come on with a computer opponent. And Todd's win over me was a fluke anyway, over Patrick and I.
The win that didn't happen.
No, the win that did happen, where he beat us, was a fluke anyway. Okay, our joysticks were broken and sticky. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
One of those guys.
I hit the button and
it just doesn't work. It just won't work. I don't know why. It just won't work. I think is the B button broken? I think the B button's broken.
Why is he always out of turbo?
Yeah.
I didn't use turbo.
Yeah, I didn't use turbo. We are underway here, and it looks like an irrigated farmland. That's a little funny. Just one of those there for Ryland. And for Tom Ross, a Pendelhaven into a noble hierarch. A flood strand there for Taliaferro, and we pass back over to the boss, who's got an Inkmoth Nexus and a Nissa Voice of Zendikar. All right.
This is probably not what Ryland thought he was going to be seeing on turn 3.
Make a little plant token here. Are we going regular damage beatdowns then, or?
Was that a Cedric Phillips
That
plant
was a different plant token, but we're going to get Elliot Raff out here instead.
That's a sweet plant.
Yeah, it's a really good plant, actually. Elliot, an awesome judge, and he's getting a little camera time, as we have, I think, not once, but twice.
Well, just once right now.
Yes.
Think once.
Over to Ryland we go. Supreme Verdict the draw. Colonnade is the land. We pass back.
And this Nissa might be a problem.
I don't think Ryland's deck is really all that set up against Planeswalkers after sideboard. The question is, can Nissa kind of do it on her own?
Yeah, it just creates such a diversified amount of threats. You know, if he starts building towards ultimating it, you know, it can potentially just get bounced with a cryptic command. But I think what he wants to do is maybe make another token this turn, next turn minus to spread out a lot of power on a bunch of different creatures. All right, he's going to go down now.
Yeah, he's going to bring it down, which means he's going to power up the squad. Inkmoth now turns into a 2/2. And it looks like just attack with Inkmoth. Oh, why can't that plant token hang out?
He wasn't invited to the party?
Yeah. Elliot
Nope.
wants to get in there and
Nope.
not allowed.
No.
I guess Exalted makes some sense.
Not yet. Got to leave the plant at home.
All right, over to Ryland T. We're going to go.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. It looks like he's got a land and a Wrath of God effect, but he's still staring down the land with a counter on it. He's still staring down the Planeswalker, so it's this diversified threat base that's looking really good for Tom here.
And Taliaferro can play a land and a Supreme Verdict if he'd like. There's the island. Here's the verdict. So, Noble Hierarch and Elliot Raff, you're out of here.
I'm going with Mr. T.
Mr. T?
Ryland, Mr. T.
Okay. Well, Nissa, gone. Is he? Uh-oh. Oh, no, he's moving fast. Okay. All right. Well,
How absurd.
2 mutagenic growths and Nissa in combination with an Inkmoth Nexus means that Tom Ross, he's all set. He's all set. Take a look at the clock.